One. And this is the Sourceseeker Hour. I thank everybody for joining us. This is our 60th episode, and this is Hip Hop College Source, our first and most powerful episode, our new vision that we're wanting to share with the community. And we're going to get started just like this. Give me 1 second, everybody, because we're going to share our screen. We're going to share our screen. Can y'all see the shared screen?
Yes.
Yes. Can't hear it.
Can we hear it?
Yes, now. Very low.
Yeah, it's low.
Okay. What about now?
It's still a little low.
Low.
Once Warren tried to kick it,
there you go.
Talking about, baby, please.
That's better.
Yes. Since he wasn't no type of big drug dealer, my man TJ Swarm didn't appeal to her. But now he trucks gold and wear fly belly boots. Wealth, leather, fashion, and tuxedo suits. Now she stopped fronting and wants to speak and be coming to all the shows every single weekend. To get his people number, she be begging please. Dying for the day to get skis. She caught the baby.
What does skis mean, y'all?
She caught the baby. She caught the baby. She caught the baby. She caught the baby. I got another partner that's calm and plain. He goes by the name of the Big Daddy Kane. The mellow type of fellow that's laid back. Back in the days, he was nothing like that. I remember when he used to fight every day. What grown-ups would tell him, he would never obey. He wore his pants hanging down and his sneakers untied, and a Rasta-type Kango tilted to the side. Around his neighborhood, people treated him bad and said he was the worst thing his mom's ever had. He said he would grow up to be nothing but a hoodlum, or either in jail or someone would shoot him. But now he's grown up to their surprise. Big Daddy got a hit record selling worldwide. Now the same people that didn't like him as a job saying, can I borrow a dollar? Ooh, you're a star. Now they caught the baby. They caught the baby. They caught the baby. They caught the baby. Now I got a cousin by the name of Von Lee. Better known to y'all as Kamasa Cool V. He cuts, scratch, transforms with finesse. And all that mess. I remember when he first started to rock and try to get this job at a record shop. He was in it to win it, but the boss fronted said, sorry, Mr. Lee, but there's no help on it. Now my cousin Vaughn still try on and on and on to the like break of dawn. To get this J.O.B. in effect, then it look right past him and be like, next! Now for the year of the age of 8, Cool V is making dollars, so my cousin's like straight. He walked into the same record shop up before, and the boss be like, Vaughn, welcome to my store. Offering him a jar, but nah, he don't want it. Damn, it feels good to see people up on it. Cause I remember one, at first they wasn't. Now guess what they caught from my cousin? The vapor. They caught the vapors.
Oh, Lord.
They caught the vapors. They caught the vapors. I guess I gotta talk about me. Check it out. Last subject of the story is about Bismarck. I had to work for mine to put your body in park. When I was a teenager, I wanted to be down with a lot of MT, DJ, and crews in town. Source crew on Noble Street, I said, can I be down, champ? They said no one treated me like a wet food stamp. After getting rejected, I was very depressed. Sat and wrote some death doodle rhymes at my rest. When I used to come to parties, they make me pay. Would have to beg to get on the mic and rap that day. I was never into girls, I was just into my music. To acting like I wanted to keep instead of trying to use it. But now things switch without belief. Yo, biz, do you remember these for Noble Street Chief? We used to be down back in the days. It happens all the time and never cease to amaze. They caught the papers.
The papers.
Yo, they caught the papers. Does it?
What y'all think? How has stuff changed today from back in that time where it seems like it's much more ego rap today? Biz Markie was like a comedy, and he's still out there, of course. How much has things changed? And let's do this. Let's introduce ourselves as we start talking about rap from back in that day and rap today. Brother Sentwali, can you start?
Well, first and foremost, I'll say peace and blessings and healing energy, as they say, to Biz Markie, because the last I heard, he wasn't doing too well. But yeah, I will say as far as there being a difference between hip hop and today's rap or entertainment, as you can call it, I'll say that there was a lot more storytelling, a lot more artistic consideration in it back in the day. There was a whole lot more substance to it. Like if you're gonna tell a story, you can tell a story about somebody hustling and killing and drug dealing and robbing, but you also have stories being told where it's going to send a message. Like there's a song called The Message, like, you know, that old school joint. There's songs that's actually not only meant to empower and uplift the way a lot of music today isn't, but there was also that whole kind of drug dealing and shooting type of rap back in the day. So it wasn't just it wasn't totally in a whole lot of bragging. It wasn't probably more bragging than anything, but it was a little more different. It wasn't so much as I'll shoot your moms and I'll kill you. Like, it was like nobody was talking about shooting up anybody's place back in the day. Nowadays, that's almost a common thing now, you know, or taking somebody's girl from them. That was a thing back in the day, but it just looks different now to some degree.
Also, introduce yourself, brother.
Oh, I need to introduce myself?
Yeah, same time.
My name is Sentwali. I'm born and raised in Houston, Texas. I've got a lot of different bases and sources of education, but if y'all know Houston, then y'all know the Shrine of the Black Madonna over on MLK. I grew up there. I'm a product of that school of thought, and it's way deeper than Jesus just being a black man and all the disciples, you know. But I'm a culinarian, teacher, father, a husband, brother, you know, all of that, everything that makes me who I am, well-read, or as much as I like to be, as much as I like to get, you know. Yeah.
Appreciate, brother. Thank you very much. This is the Sourceseeker Hour, and this is our first episode of Hip Hop College Source. And we wanted to bring a platform and bring a forum for people 16 to 40, and to talk about some of the things that they go through that we went through, and share that, hey, we understand, we've been there where y'all been, and we want you all to go where we are and beyond. Sister Sparkle, would you like to share?
Yes, hello everyone. I'm new to the Houston. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm new to the Houston area. I've been here going on 5 months, never been here before, so everything's new. I'm still learning my way around. I'm from a small town, Amarillo, Texas. I don't know if y'all have heard of it.
That's
I'm
not that
usually,
small.
it's small, but it's compared to this,
Houston.
yes. Yeah, compared to Houston, it's like a little corner of Houston. So I'm originally from Lubbock. I graduated there, but I was born in Amarillo and been in Amarillo 10 years before I came here. So everything in Houston is new to me. I used to have a show. I'm trying to get it all back together, you know, working on things, but it was the Sparkle Show on YouTube. It was like a show with just me by myself. I talked about events going on, and then I talk about dating. The show may be about dating or about fashion or about hair. I did episode where we fed the whole homeless population for Amarillo. I was there all day. I interviewed some of the people that cooked. I interviewed some of the people that came out. So I'm always doing stuff. I always promote. I did a lot of parties back home. I'm kind of new here, so I'm trying to get myself back out there. And then in the mix, single mother, 3 kids and a grandbaby. So I live Southwest Houston. That's all I know about Houston so far. I'm in the Southwest. I get lost,
So
you know.
let me ask
But,
this.
yeah.
Let me ask this: was the music different in Amarillo, or it's basically the same music?
It's about the same. I already kind of knew. It's more like the chopped and screwed type stuff here. You know, you hear about that type of stuff. In Amarillo, we listen to a lot of artists there in Amarillo, in a small town that you don't hear from here. We supported them a lot. So we listen to a lot of their music. But today's music is very different from the back in the day music. Nowadays, they have a lot to prove, a lot of weapons. The music back in the day, Biz Marquee, like you just played, other people, you can go to the park with your family and listen to their stuff and don't have to worry about a stampede of guns coming out or a drive-by. The music nowadays, no, you have to worry about that type of stuff. Like people, it's like they have to have a gun in there. They have to have some type of violence. They have to have some type about beating up a woman, cheating on a woman. They have to have money in there. They don't rap or sing about stuff that's realistic now. They make up stuff where they don't even know where they really came from. They beef a lot. They don't support each other. Back in the day, they support each other and they did they rap. They didn't worry about what the next person do. It's like the music industry, new school rap. I mean, it's some talented ones out there, but they beef a lot. You hear this one shot this one, or this one beefing with this one. Even the female artists, like everybody out here we out the same 24 hours. And this new generation don't understand that. They don't, hey, if they got talent, whether it's better than yours or whatever, you work on you and let them work on them. So, you know, it's all starting to sound alike to me.
Yeah.
The same beat, the same concept. Like back then, you know, you can kind of separate everybody. You kind of know what they're about. If they play a song, you already kind of know what type of vibe it has. Now everybody kind of have the same beat. I'm like, is that Young Boy? No, that's this and that. I'm like, oh, well, you know. So a lot of my new music I get is from my kids. They listen to the newer stuff, and it all sounds the same to me. You know, they think it's live. It's not for me, but I listen to it. I'm more of an old school hip hop R&B type of lady.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I totally understand. Sister Momo, Aubry, what do you say about it?
Well, hello. I'm Aubry. Cook, nice to meet y'all. My opinion, with me being a single mother with little kids, I have to watch and be very mindful of what I play in the car. So I'm looking for any type of music that even if my sons who are, you know, up in age, they like a certain song, I'm definitely looking for the clean version because I can't keep turning down the music when I know, I do know some of the songs. I listen to some, but I know it's something for my kids that they cannot listen to. So just me personally with kids, yeah, I just rather put on kids pop, and that's good for me. But so that's my take.
You want to share a little of your background?
Okay, well, let's see. I have about 8 years with SPID teaching, Houston, Texas. I've been here long enough, from Louisiana. Played basketball, college. I know you want me to say that. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here to get my perspective from a young adult, I guess you would.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This is the Hip Hop College Source. I'm glad everybody was able to participate and join with us so far. We have one more guest trying to come in. We'll wait on her to come in. Oh, there she is right there. How you doing, sister?
How y'all doing? I'm sorry, I'm driving.
Oh, I understand. You want to wait till you get to a place where you're safe?
No, I can go ahead and talk. I'm too far away. I'm going to College Station right now.
Okay. Well,
I'm
just
too
give a
far
little
out.
introduction. And then were you able to hear a little bit of the music? And what is your perspective of what we played?
Yes, I heard some of the music. My name is Quantrell, Henderson. I'm from Louisiana, Alexandria, Louisiana. Born and raised. I moved out here in 2011, pretty much my 11th grade year, and I attended Prairie View A&M. And so far, I mean, I work as a relief teacher right now at ABS East in Houston. I stay in Kingwood
What kind
right
of place
now.
is that?
I work where you work, Mr. Alexander. I work at ABS East. Academic behavior.
I got you.
But I enjoy it. I've been working with SPED for like 3 years now, and I'm enjoying it. I work with life skills. I haven't really adventured in the academic behavior part of it, but it's growing on me, and I'm learning every day. Like I say, I'm only 26. I have no kids, so I'm still learning every day. I'm pretty much an old soul, as my parents
You're
describe
an
me.
old soul
I don't
as
really.
far as music?
I mean, I like. Yeah, I dig the music today, but it's not. I mean, I'm okay with listening to old R&B. Like I'm cool. I'm more laid back. I'm not into the new trend of hip hop, but I mean, I listen to it. It's cool or whatever, but I cling more to the old school or hip hop and R&B. So,
I understand.
it's
Yes,
right.
ma'am. We certainly appreciate you joining us, and be careful on the road. Pay attention, and make sure you be careful and so forth. This is Hip Hop College Source, and we are making a new show from our network. This show is a part of Kinetic Vibrations. What is Kinetic Vibrations? It is Black colleges, Black culture, and Black history. And we're going to concentrate on those. And this is a great time for that. With the movement of Black Lives Matter and the culture rising, we wanted to have a platform again for our younger generation to be able to learn, grow, and have a platform where they can grow and put forward a lot of good things that they would like to bring to the fore. And I'm your host, Rudy Carl Alexander. For those of you who do not know me, I have 3 kids. My kids are 21, 19, and 16. And before I got on the show, all of them was trying to borrow money, so that's what I have to deal with. But this aspect is for them and their friends and those who are still trying to learn about life and grow in that perspective. And I wanted to be able to bring forth a way for them from my experience also. And when I remember is when I was in college and starting teaching, when I first started at Harris County, probably like within my 8th year, that's when Tupac, I think he passed. Of course, that was 1996. And I didn't know who Tupac was. My stepson was all into Tupac, and I thought he was crazy. I thought he was crazy. Who is this guy, Tupac? Because, you know, all I thought was he was a gangster. Gangster, so forth. So then I started listening to him. I heard Dear Mama. I said, I listened to it a little bit more, and I said, because I'm a poet, I'm a writer, and I can see that. And then I start trying to learn everything about him. What is going on with this guy? And I started learning, and then that got me much more into the rap genre, and I started learning much more, and I've been interested ever since. And this is one of the things that drove me to do this particular show and the forum that I wanted to start, which is Kinetic Vibrations. And this forum will lead to that. Anybody else wanted to cut in more about the difference between the rap of yesterday and the rap of today. I know the biggest rappers today, I think, and you all correct me if I'm wrong, are J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Cardi B. Who else? Who else? Sister Vanda, who else is out there?
Megan Thee Stallion, I'm sorry.
Oh, Megan Thee Stallion, okay.
You can't forget about Megan.
Yeah, she's from Houston also.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
You got a lot of the younger ones. Like I said, my kids listen to, you got NBA Youngboy, you got Sauce Walker, I think he's from here. Yeah, so.
I heard a guy named Mo Money Yo, is that his name?
Moneybag
Yo.
Mo Money Yo.
Yeah, Mo Money Yo, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, out there too.
Huh?
I said it may be a Mo Money Yo somewhere out there too.
Maybe so. Who are some of the other artists y'all have heard of that are out there now that our kids or our young people may be listening at?
You know, the Migos, Drake, Rick Ross.
I mean, yeah, I dig T.I., Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is anybody really out there? Now I know J. Cole had a song where he talked about, is it called Be Yourself? What's the name of that song? Y'all know what I'm talking about? It's a song where he said, you can't be nobody else, you gotta be yourself. That was a profound song. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But I haven't heard many of the young people or many of these new artists talk like that. I can't even understand half of them. I can't understand what Cardi B be saying. Nicki Minaj, I can't understand what she's saying. But you know, I mean, I try to talk to the young people, well, what is it that they saying? You know, so that was the difference, I believe, between the older rappers and the rappers of today. We could understand what they were saying. I understood everything they were saying in the message. I understand life is too short. Don't you agree? While I'm living my life, don't mess with me. It's been a long time, baby, since I first got down. I still keep making that funky sound. Yeah, I understand that. I can say that, but I can't understand what they're saying today. So, you know, I'm still trying to understand. And college, and I put that in Hip Hop College Source because college is, now it's not the panacea and the answer to everything. I want everybody to know that, but it's one aspect where you can say, okay, I went through this step and I went through this step. I mean, my sister named Kanisha, she put out there that there's a lot of ways to go to the next level. And some people, college is not the way, but you can still, as an electrician, make $30 or $40 an hour. So that's not the only way. But at the same time, it is one aspect. And you should have a lot of different ways that you are trying to go above or trying to go to the next level. And if it's not one way, you should try many other ways. That's what I'm trying to tell my son, who is having a great difficulty at this time. What is you all's opinion of that process of how to go, what should a young person do? Is it, yes, college, but there's other aspects. What would you say would be some other ways that they could do it besides college? And then if they want to go to college, how should they prepare? Sister Aubry.
At this point, I think with student debt, if it's not for you, you don't have to go. I really push our adolescents to, you know, technical schools, trade schools. I'm really for it.
And I sure hate that they took it out of regular school. Right. I mean, they used to teach industrial education. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I know why they took it out, because of money, but that was a bad thing to do. But continue, sister.
Right. So I'm definitely for, you know, I know I would say, you know, parents probably push that on their kids, you know, go to college, you know, find what you want to do. And sometimes you can go for 4 years, 2 years, and you still don't know what you want to do because it's going to change somewhere down the line. So just follow your heart, and regardless of what somebody say, just know what's best for you. So I'm definitely for all other ventures. And
how many times have we heard people 50 years old, they go ahead and graduate from college and they have already, you know, accomplished things in life. I mean, and there's no time limit that you can go to college if that's what you want to do.
Right.
And that's not the only way. And that's what I'm trying to teach my son. It's not about that. Now, when I was coming along, it was probably pushed much more. And my daddy was an educator. And so, but, you know, now the college life, there's certain things that you can learn. You can learn how to get you a big pot of spaghetti and last for a week. Ain't that right?
Yeah.
You can learn how to, every kind of different aspect of Roman noodles, right? You can cut up potatoes and get all kind of seasoning and make them last for a week. So you learn how to do a whole lot of things, but there's some, I mean, I pledged in college. Now, when I pledged, I had a 3.66, but after I pledged, I had a 1.66. So that was a bad thing. And, you know, you can learn some bad habits in college also, you know, but it all depends upon your maturity. But if you're mature in college or out of college. So that's not the answer to your maturity, but it's just one different aspect of life. Anybody else got any comments on that? Sister Quantrell, who went to PV, what you have to say about that?
I mean, it's I guess it's different, you know. With me and my siblings, I mean, I went to PV, you know, completed all 4 years, and I still, it's like I still try to find myself. I mean, I have a brother who went to college on football scholarship, and he just felt like it wasn't for him. So he went, and my parents, they had it was like a two-way street with them. Either you get evicted or you enlist if you ain't in college. So it's like, if you don't go the college route, then you enlist. So he enlisted into the Army. Me, on the other hand, I mean, I completed, you know, the 4 years for a bachelor, and I still, I don't know. I still trying to find my way, and in the midst of it, it's just, I mean, it's good to have it for your background. It's always gonna be there. So whatever you going for, if it doesn't work out, you got something to fall back on.
Yeah, I think that's one of the bigger things. Sister Vanda, you have a comment on that?
You talking to me?
Yes, sister. Do you have a comment on do you want your babies to go, or you want them to go ahead and learn other things?
No, my oldest is interested in going to LCU. But what I found out lately about the black colleges here, I have like 7 white friends that go. It's more the white people going than blacks now, because they said you learn better, you learn more, and then they learn a lot more about their black history. So when me and my son skipped a school day and we went to visit LCU, we see more white people than black. So we're still doing our research because he wants to go to a more school where it's more black people. That's what he wants to see. That's what he wants to be around. So I'm still getting to know the college life and everything. So any suggestions on a good black college where it's mostly black?
There's plenty of them out there. There's plenty of them out here in Texas, Louisiana, and across the country. Every state has a black. Now there's some states like Idaho, Montana, they don't know what a black college is, but most states do. Brother Sentwali, you have a comment on that?
Yeah, you know, I really like, see me. I didn't go to college. I went to a trade school. I got my the culinary degree, and so not only was I taught methods for how to cook, because how to cook was something I had to have before I got there. But
everybody got to eat.
Yeah, that's right. So I was taught not only how to supervise other supervise people that work in the kitchen, end of it as well. And so, like, you don't have to go to college to make a living, but you have to put the effort for it in order to get out of life what you want. And if that means making a bunch of money, then you got to put that effort for it. And it doesn't mean that doesn't always mean working a 9 to 5. It could mean working 24/7. Like if you have a business, then your life is your job. And so it's not something that you can step into and out of. It's just who you are and what you do. If you can do plumbing, if you can do electrical work, you don't have to be working for anybody. You can make that money yourself and employ people. You know, it's just a matter of how hard you're willing to go to get what you want. And like once I believe that college is going to teach you a lot of things if you just want to go to college. But like for me, I can easily say I was taught how to think, not necessarily what to think. And I really feel like I had a really good education from the culinary school that I went to. And I think I might have gotten a better experience out of it than going 4 years to college. Because my time in culinary school was like 2.5 years. And so instead of doing the whole 4 years in that system and becoming inured to that whole education cycle, like I did what I needed to learn and got out of it. And I'm able to not only am I able to support my family through it, but I don't have to work for anybody. You know, I can make that.
Very definitely. It's not for everybody, but if you're gonna go, I think going to an HBCU is one of the best ways. At this time, I want to play another song, and this is more of back in the day hippie time. And I want to play this song and see what you all say about this particular song.
Let me go. I need to charge my phone. You need my charger.
Thank you.
Everybody is a star.
Can y'all see that?
Hey, what's up?
Who brings the star away?
You don't have no plug in out here, so I'm going there and
Everybody wanna shine.
Who will come out on a cloud that loves you brown?
need to charge this stuff.
When does this
It's not enough plug out here.
you down? Never had the shining night. Don't be darling to do what you think is right.
Everybody is a star. But I can feel it when you shine on me.
I love you for who you are, not the one you feel you need to be. Ever catch a falling star? There ain't no stopping till it hits the ground. Everybody is a star, one big circle going round and round.
Okay, I just wanted to play a little bit of that. I'm gonna stop it right here. And that was like the forerunner of Prince. They were before Prince. Is everybody familiar with Sly and the Family Stone? No, not at all. Nobody's familiar with Sly and the Family Stone. That was the forerunner of Prince. You don't have very many artists like that. Have you heard the song Family Affair? Have you heard the song Everyday People? That was Sly and the
I
Family
heard of Everyday
Stone.
People.
Okay.
Everyday People, yes.
They made that song. So
Okay.
they were before, and Prince patterned a lot of his stuff, and he gives accolades to Sly and the Family Stone, and they would be much before their time. But very few artists, as most of you all have not heard of them. Most people have not heard of them, but they were one of the biggest artists of the 70s. And there's not very much music like that today that, of course, they told stories. Like Family Affair, if you all have heard that song, Everyday People, you don't have as many songs like that today. And so the young people do not have that platform, and music is shied away from that. Do you have any artists that you have seen that have songs like that? Anybody have heard of anybody that has songs like that today?
Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
I was thinking of him, yes.
I love him. I love him. All his songs have a symbol behind it. Like I could listen to his videos, look at his videos, listen to his lyrics. I have to actually Google or go to YouTube, and it breaks down each of his songs he's made and tells you the meaning of them, and it makes sense. I love Childish Gambino. And
he's the only one that I could say has some comparison to Sly and the Family Stone. Simply, his talent is so, of course, his name is Donald Glover, and he's an actor, he's a writer, he's the producer of Atlanta show. He's a multi-talented. So yes, I agree. He's the only one that I can think of that has that type of scope and talent. But
he'll do that. Andre 3000 will do that. Most Def will do that too.
Yes, but they have not been consistent. They have not. I think, as far as I can tell, Andre has fallen off. Most Def is falling off. I haven't heard of anything from them lately or recently.
I think falling off is something you do if you never get to a high point. Like all them, like Andre 3000 and Most Def had pretty decent careers, not only music but acting as well. And it's like acting is also art, so you don't necessarily have to sing out that message to portray that message in different forms of art. You know, I feel like Andre 3000, he made an effort to not only be a rapper, and I think Most Def is more along the lines of he'll do spoken word, but he'll also sing on the track, and neither one of them will just make a major effort to not have a message behind their music. Like they'll have to really, really try to just be straight up money, cars, and women. You know, like they gotta. Otherwise, it's gonna come natural to them to have some substance behind their rhymes. And I wanted to speak on one of the, like, just saying something from earlier, but I really feel like if there's a message behind the music or it got some substance to it, it's not really getting a whole lot of airplay. Like J. Cole, he a very talented brother, but he don't get to play on the radio like these guys that have like.
Well, we do have to admit that the industry has changed from the time of the 70s, 80s, 90s. The industry has changed where music, you put your music out on the internet and you use that as a format, and maybe you become independent and you don't depend upon the radio. You don't depend upon those particular sources, and you may have more openings today as opposed to you had back in the day. So
the thing is, I'm saying, like, if Andre 3000 would have came out with The Love Below earlier, it wouldn't have sold as good as it did. And honestly, if like, depending on what tracks were really getting radio play, if he released it now, it wouldn't do as good as it's done. Like, it was like that Sly and the Family Stone message, majority of their messages in their song, it fit the time. Like,
yeah, that's true.
The black culture is still relatively strong compared to now. It's mostly watered down. The black culture has been co-opted. So what's gonna sell isn't necessarily something that's gonna be that type of message to like that's like what Sly was given. Like it's gonna be drug dealing and killing and what's popular. Like they barely rapping now. Like they speaking in a cadence and rapping.
Well, I do have to say that the industry, and there was a recording about the record industry and what they did and how they promoted gangster rap, and they totally pushed out any kind of positive rap. And they focused upon that, and they had connections with the prison industry, and they was trying to promote all of that. So we are affected by the culture and a larger forces that are trying to bring in different messages across the board. But what the sister was saying about Childish Gambino, he is a powerful force in this new direction of everything that's going on, and he's making good use of all of the medias that are available. And so it's so many things possible, and the whole thing is, how do we as Black people, as artists, how do we connect with those things? How do we promote those things? And that's a part of what Hip Hop College Source is about. We want to have an avenue for our young people to be able to connect to and have a platform for them. And we want to have a show every week that our young people can be able to talk about these things. How do we grow? How do we provide help for each other? How do we bring in new artists? How can we back them? You know, if we got some young people 18 to 25 and they need some help to be able to put that message out there, we want to be able to do that and provide a forum for them. There's so many rappers, young rappers that are in their apartment, they are on their street corner, and they would like an opportunity to put their message out there. They may not know how. They may not know it's possible. I was talking to a young brother one day, and I was showing him my book, and he was telling me, hey, that looked just like in the library. I said, well, yes, brother, that's where it comes from. It's not nothing strange. Yes, you can sit down and do that just like they do it. And that's what we got to learn. It's not something unusual. That's what we're supposed to be doing and taking it to the next level. So that's what Hip Hop College Source is about. That's what Kinetic Vibrations is about. That's what I'm about, and all the things that I'm trying to do and so forth. Does anybody have a message that they want to bring out? Talk about somebody doing something within the music industry or wanting to do something that they wanted to share.
Here, I'll give a shout out to one of the brothers who was matriculated through the Shrines of the Black Madonna's youth program with. His name is he probably want his real name out there, but his name Johnny Venus. Like you know him through Earth Gang. Like I've had really growing and awesome experience with that brother through being a member of the Shrine. And we actually recently, not even recently, just some years ago, we did a summer camp, and this is way before he had put out a record. And we helped empower a bunch of young brothers who we were basically tasked with being the camp counselors. And like the brothers, he real. I'll say he's real, and he's a good thinker. He a man of action, like most of the brothers who I grew up with. But yeah, he's in Earth Gang, and he's doing it real big. You know, they've done a couple major features and been on a couple soundtracks. Like they doing it real good. Yeah.
And I want to make sure that we give shout outs to people who are trying to get out there. I remember when I was a young man, y'all believe it or not, I was extremely shy, but I had all of this poetry knowledge and writing. The reason I started to be a writer because I had a stuttering problem because I was so shy. And so the only way I could express myself is I had to write. And so that's what I did. And now, you know, of course, I got to the level where I could speak because I'm not as concerned with other people say, because I want to express. And we want to back those people who are trying to put their message out there. And that's a lot of what we are about. Right now in our show, I would like to bring some knowledge. I would like to bring a couple of quizzes to the floor. And I want to give a shout out to anybody who can get some of these answers for these quizzes. This is Black colleges and this is Black history. All right, let's ask these questions. The ancient name for the African country of Sudan. Does anybody know at the top, or do you need the choices? The choices are Libya, Murmur, or Nubia. Anybody got an answer? The choices are Libya, Murmur, or Nubia. Nobody knows the answer? The answer is Nubia. All right? Okay, next question. Okay, I'm gonna ask an HBCU question. The only HBCU college in Oklahoma is Tulsa University, Bethune-Cookman, or Langston. What's the answer to that one? Anybody know?
If I'm not mistaken, it's Bethune-Cookman, right?
No, sir, that was in Florida.
Florida, I know.
Okay, so the answer to that one is Langston. Next question. Okay. Which college was started by the AME Church in Ohio? AME Church is African Methodist Episcopal, and it was started in Ohio. Is it Notre Dame? Is it Wilberforce? Or is it Fisk University? Look like you're the only one that has a gander at it, Brother Sentwali. That one is Wilberforce University. If you go on Kemetic Vibrations, we always have questions. We always have history quizzes for Black history and Black colleges, and that's always going to be there. Check out Kemetic Vibrations on Facebook and get your knowledge up and learn your Black history, Black colleges, and Black culture on Kemetic Vibrations on Facebook. And we have a lot of knowledge and a lot of information. For instance, did everybody know that the most numerous pyramids is not in Egypt? Not in Egypt. The most numerous pyramids is in the Sudan, over 200 pyramids. But they don't tell you that. They don't tell you that. They only promote Egypt. And you know, who knows why? I know why, probably Sentwali know why, but the most numerous pyramids in the earth are in the Sudan. And there are more pyramids in the Sudan than anywhere in the world. There are also pyramids, of course, in Mexico and in many different countries around the world. They're not all in Egypt. But, you know, they still promote Egypt, and they promoted that it's not in Africa, which it is. So these are some of the things that we would like to talk about in Kemetic Vibrations and in the Hip Hop College Source. And our colleges, of course, state colleges that are run by white governments, white institutions, have not had the opportunity to teach the knowledge of our African culture. Now they're starting to. Now they're getting a chance to teach much more African history, African culture, and even in HISD, they have now allowed an African studies course. So these things are starting to happen, And this Black Lives Matter movement and the Black culture movement are starting to have an effective change. And so we're looking forward to all of these particular things. We have just a little bit of time left, and I want to play one more song before we get to our end. I want to play one more song. It's a very timely song, of course. And let me go here. Let me make sure y'all can see us. I may have to start us over. Can y'all hear that?
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Can we see that?
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Broken glass everywhere. People on the stage, you know they just don't care. I can't take the smell, can't take the noise. Got no money to move out, I guess I got no choice. Rats in the front room, roaches in the back, junkies in the alley with the baseball bat. I tried to get away, but I couldn't get far, cause a man with a tow truck repossessed my car. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Standing on the front stoop, hanging out the window, watching all the cars go by, roaring as the breeze is blown. A crazy lady living in a bag, eating out of garbage pails, used to be a fag hag, such a dance to tango, skip the life and dango. A zircon princess seemed to lost her senses, down at the peep show, watching all the creeps, so she could tell her stories to the girls back home. She went to the city and got so did it. She had to get a pimp, she couldn't make it on her own. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
My brother's doing bad, stole my mother's TV. Says she watches too much, it's just not healthy. All my children in the daytime, Dallas at night. Can't even see the game or the Sugar Ray fight. The bill collectors, they ring my phone and scare my wife when I'm not home. Got a bum education, double-digit inflation. Can't take the train to the job, there's a strike at the station. Neon King Kong standing on my back, can't stop to turn around. Broke my sacroiliac, a mid-range migraine, cancer membrane. Sometimes I think I'm going insane, I swear I might hijack a plane. Don't push me, call, I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. My son said, Daddy, I don't want to go to school cause the teacher's a jerk. He must think I'm a fool and all the kids smoke reefer. I think it'd be cheaper if I just got a job, learn to be a street sweeper. I dance to the beat, shuffle my feet, wear a shirt and tie and run with the creeps. Cause it's all about money, ain't a damn thing funny. You got to have a con in this land of milk and honey. They pushed that girl in front of the train, took her to the doctor, sewed her arm on again. Stabbed that man right in his heart. Gave him a transplant for a brand new start. I can't walk through the park cause it's crazy after dark. Keep my hand on my gun cause they got me on the run. I feel like an outlaw, broke my last glass jaw. Hear them say, you want some more? Living on a seesaw. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Say what? It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God is smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through. You'll grow in the ghetto, living second rate, and your eyes will sing a song of deep hate. The places you play and where you stay looks like one great big alleyway. You'll admire all the number book takers, thugs, pimps, and pushers, and the big money makers, driving big cars, spending 20s and 10s, and you wanna grow up to be just like them. Smugglers, scramblers, burglars, gamblers, pickpocket peddlers, even panhandlers. You say I'm cool, I'm no fool, but then you wind up dropping out of high school. Now you're unemployed, all non-void, walking around like your pretty boy Floyd. Turned stick-up kid, but look what you done did. Got sent up for an 8-year bid. Now your manhood is took and you're a make tag. Spend the next 2 years as an undercover fag, being used and abused to serve like hell. Till one day you was found hung dead in a cell. It was plain to see that your life was lost. You was cold and your body swung back and forth. But now your eyes sing the sad, sad song of how you live so fast and die so young. So don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Yo, Mel, you see that?
That's still the classic, y'all. That is still the classic. It's still the song. I still say have things changed in y'all's opinions from the time that was made? Have things changed? Sister Vanda, you got a comment?
Yes, of course. The fashion, the statement, the words, the content, everything has changed.
But I still think the message is the same. You're right. The fashion, those superficial things have changed. But it's still, if you don't understand life, you can end up in a bad situation.
Basically, it's just saying like somebody fed up, but they ain't on here talking about B's and H's and who their house they gonna go shoot up and what drugs they gonna do because they fed up. They just saying, hey, you know, this is how I'm handling what I'm going through. It's like a jungle sometimes. Make you wonder, but they ain't talk about, oh, well, we gonna go take, you know, it's just the way they putting it out there.
Yes, I totally understand. Yeah, and I still say that's the most poignant rap song that's ever been made, and on a lot of lists it's still listed as the #1 song. We're right at the end of our show. I'm glad Sister Quantrell went ahead and concentrated on driving. She's driving on the way to College Station, and she needs to be safe on that drive. And Sister Aubry had to leave also. And we are going to close on our show. Our show is an hour, and we're going to close. I would like us to share with our audience, if you want to say how they can get in touch with you, or if somebody wants to contact you and ask you a question, share with them. Sister Vanda.
Hit us up on here, message Carl, or you can hit me up. Also, if y'all know anybody with any type of talent, whether it's a restaurant that you want to put out there, somebody that's trying to get their business going, somebody that want to get on here, you think they want to sing, that they're scared to get out in the public, like they can start small here and invite them to the show, tell them to invite a friend, you know. We'll also be doing giveaways. We'll be doing all type of things on here. The more we get our audience up, just let people know they're not scared. Hey, you want to get your talent out there? You write poems. You do public speeches. You have a boutique. You do hair. You have an event coming up you want everybody to know about. Hit us up and we'll come on here and let everybody know about it. They can get on here. We can invite them into the Zoom and they can put their own content out here if they want to, or that we can put it out here for them. Any flyers, any business cards, just let us know.
Peace and power. Thank you very much, my powerful sister. Yeah. The sparkle of the world. Thank you very much. Brother Sentwali. You got to unmute, Sentwali. You got to unmute.
Okay, so you can catch me on Facebook as Sin Olu. I'm on Twitter as Booing Sin. I'm on Instagram. That's Crabman85. Not only am I a talker, but I'm a doer. You know, when it's time to make stuff happen, I'll be there, either starting it or helping out. You know.
Peace and power. I thank everybody. This is our first episode of Hip Hop College Source, but we're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna make it better and better. We're gonna make it shine. We're gonna bring in all the young people that wanna get something done, do something, as Brother Sentwali was saying, as my sister Vanda, the Sparkle, is saying. We're going to try to get this thing. We're going to keep on working. We're going to make it happen. I just want to say next week on the Sourceseeker Hour, we're going to do How Do You Build Black Wealth? Next week, we got some powerful guests. The following week, we're going to have is Race War Coming Part 3. With Bishop George is going to do that. And then my next show is November the 5th, and we're going to have Culture Rising versus the gentrification of Black people. And that's a very powerful and kind of dicey subject, as we talked about, because there's a lot of forces that are trying to penetrate our community, and we're going to talk about that. I thank everybody. I thank you out there in the audience. We're going to see you next week, and we appreciate you. Everybody take care. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
Bye.